We've got the Toyota RAV4 and the new Honda CR-V gas models in our comparison.
Welcome to the Motormouth YouTube channel. I'm Zach.
I'm Andrea.
And we do these comparisons all the time. So make sure you subscribe, you hit the notification bell, but also follow along on Instagram. It's Motormouth_Andrea. So let's get into it.
The CR-V has two powertrain options, gas and hybrid. The gas model has a 1.5-liter turbocharged four-cylinder matched to a CVT, 190 horsepower and 179 pound-feet of torque. Front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive options are available. The hybrid is paired to an eCVT with a combined 204 horsepower, standard all-wheel drive in Canada. Front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive options are available in the U.S.
The RAV4 has three powertrains. You get gas, hybrid, even a plug-in hybrid. The gas model has a 2.5-liter four-cylinder with an 8-speed automatic transmission, 203 horsepower, 183 pound-feet of torque. Front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive is available in the U.S. However, for 2023 in Canada, they've dropped the front-wheel drive option. The hybrid has a 2.5-liter four-cylinder and an eCVT with Toyota's hybrid Synergy drive. It produces 219 combined horsepower and comes standard with all-wheel drive. Then there's the plug-in hybrid, the Prime, with 68 kilometers or 45 miles of EV range. It has a combined 302 horsepower and also standard all-wheel drive.
These are two popular SUVs from two popular brands, and Honda just added the hybrid to the Canadian market for 2023.
Yeah, they had it previously in the U.S., but not in Canada, which makes no sense. What they've done is they've upgraded the factory where they make the CR-V. It's actually in Canada, and that's why it's able to make the hybrid model, but only available, Andrea, on the top most expensive trim in Canada.
Yeah.
In the U.S., you get two trims.
Yeah, more reasonable in the U.S. At least you can get a hybrid at a more affordable price point. Not the case in Canada. I do hope that Honda comes out with some more options, more trims for that hybrid model. The new CR-V has a smoother ride, improved handling, and a quieter cabin. It feels much more refined than the outgoing model. When accelerating quickly on the highway and passing, the cabin noise does increase, but it's similar to other competitors in this class. The CVT has been updated to reduce noise and vibration, and Honda has added hill descent control and a new snow mode for 2023. Standard driver assist technology includes blind spot monitoring and rear cross traffic alert, lane keep assist, and adaptive cruise control.
The RAV4 handles quite well. It's smooth and comfortable. It drives and takes corners with ease. When you're cruising at a steady speed, you feel the power is adequate. But cabin noise quickly increases, more than we expect when you push on the gas to go up a hill or pass on the highway. Toyota features a multi-terrain select driving system, which allows you to change the way you drive to help you deal with more challenging situations. You can select modes for dirt, mud, rock, sand, and snow. In Canada, standard assist technology includes blind spot monitoring and rear cross traffic alert, lane keep assist, and dynamic radar cruise control. In the United States, blind spot monitoring and rear cross traffic alert are standard on the XLE trim.
I find that the CR-V gas model is a little bit more refined than the RAV4 gas model. I just find that the RAV4 gets quite loud inside the cabin, and the suspension is a little bit firmer on the RAV4 as well. The CR-V really eats up those bumps in the road.
Yeah, I really liked the CR-V for everyday cruising and driving. So yes, the difference between the two is the Toyota has a conventional 8-speed automatic transmission. That's a win for many people. On the downside, the CR-V has a CVT. However, as a family that owns a Honda with a CVT, they produce a good CVT. And in this product, it really adds to that whole comfort feel. The bumps are eaten up, it's quiet, and the power delivery is very smooth too.
Yes, you can tell they've made changes to the CVT. There's an improvement for sure. The CR-V is 2.7 inches longer and 0.4 inches wider than the outgoing model. It offers up to 8.2 inches of ground clearance, has a bold and boxy new design with a broader stance, longer hood, a matte black or gloss black grille, and body-colored door handles. The CR-V comes standard with LED headlights, LED taillights, 17-inch wheels, available 18-inch, and a temporary spare tire. In the U.S., 18-inch wheels are standard.
The RAV4 has a slightly more rugged exterior design with a ground clearance of 8.5 inches depending on the trim that you choose. The RAV4 comes standard with LED headlamps, body-colored door handles, 17-inch wheels, available 19-inch wheels, a temporary spare tire. If you're looking for a more adventurous look, the RAV4 Trail, as it's called in Canada, or Adventure in the US, features a more aggressive grille, larger cladding, fog light surrounds, and unique wheel designs.
One model no longer available in Canada for 2023 is the TRD.
Yeah, I wouldn't exactly put TRD and RAV4 in the same sentence. We drove it. It was marginally different from the regular model. Yeah, you've got a lot of different trims, so TRD is gone. I think with the CR-V, not the TRD, it has a sportier look with the longer hood. You think it looks a little bit like the RDX?
Yeah, it's got an Acura vibe, and I'm also seeing the VW Tiguan a bit.
But I find on some angles, yes, it's sportier, but other angles, it's just kind of generic SUV.
Well, a lot of people feel that way about the new design that Honda is going with, whether it's the Civic, the HR-V, the Pilot, the CR-V. But I really like the direction that they're taking. I think that it looks more streamlined. It's more elegant or sophisticated looking. It's definitely for me.
Maybe more European? And kind of maybe it could be a European car? No French or Italian? What do you think?
Both offer great ground clearance, and that RAV4, depending on the trim, as we said, up to 8.5 inches. So I think overall they're both great choices, but it's a personal preference when it comes to looks.
One cheeky little thing over at Toyota, they changed last year. They put new headlamps on the front of the RAV4, but not on all trims. You got to get the higher end trims to get those new headlamps. You'll get the old look if you don't spend as much.
Here's our used car alternative from CanadaDrives.ca. We chose a 2019 Honda CR-V LX with over 88,000 kilometers for just over $30,500. Click on the tab or the link in the description below to find more vehicles in this category from CanadaDrives.ca.
The interior of the CR-V is modern, open, and more comfortable and quieter than the outgoing model. This latest CR-V has the most cabin and cargo space of any CR-V to date. The new seats are comfortable and are designed to reduce fatigue over long drives. This latest CR-V gets the same interior design elements that we saw in the new Civic. It's simple and uncluttered with soft materials. There are some hard plastics. It's got the striking honeycomb mesh accent that stretches across the dash and hides the air vents. The base trim comes with a 7-inch digital driver display and a 7-inch touchscreen. You get wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, heated front seats, manual driver and passenger seat, and cloth upholstery. In the United States, the base trim also comes with a moonroof and power driver seat. The sport model in Canada, the one that we test drove, gets a power tailgate, power driver seat, heated steering wheel, and a moonroof. The top trim moves you up to the 9-inch touchscreen, and you also go from wired Apple and Android to wireless Apple and Android. You get a power passenger seat, driver seat memory, leather trim seats, a wireless charger, and an 8-speaker audio system. In the United States, you can add a wireless charger to the base trim for $350. Features the CR-V gas model is missing are ventilated front seats, navigation, a head-up display, panoramic sunroof, and a 360-degree camera. In the United States, a heated steering wheel is not standard on any gas model, but you can add it as an a la carte item for $460. The Bose sound system is only available on the top trim of the hybrid model, both in Canada and the United States.
The Toyota RAV4 offers a practical and versatile interior with plenty of storage in the door pockets and at the center console. For 2023, the RAV4 gets some nice updates like a standard 8-inch touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and an available 10.5-inch touchscreen and 12.3-inch digital driver display on the top trim. Standard features on the base model include a 7-inch driver display, manual driver and passenger seat, and heated front seats. In Canada, moving up one from the base model to the XLE trim opens you up to more features like a heated steering wheel, a power driver seat, moonroof, and navigation. Available features in the XLE package, which our test model has, include Softex upholstery and driver seat memory. The top trim has all the extra features like a power passenger seat, ventilated front seats, heated rear seats, the larger screens, a 360 camera, and the JBL sound system. In the US, the XLE trim comes with a variety of packages to get some of those extra features, like heated front seats, a heated steering wheel, and the moonroof. The XLE Premium trim includes Softex seats, a power driver's seat, and driver's seat memory. There are packages on the XLE Premium trim as well to get the heated steering wheel. The RAV4 Top US trim has similar features to our top trim in Canada, but a panoramic sunroof is available in a package. The panoramic sunroof is not available in Canada.
So no panoramic sunroof in the CR-V at all.
No.
And then only available on the RAV4 in the US. And the reason is the RAV4s that Canada gets are made in Canada. And the production facility is not capable, they've told me, of putting the cartridge in for the panoramic roof. However, the ones that have sunroofs that are sold in the US are imported from Japan.
I know, crazy, right? So I would say that these interiors are very different. I like what Honda has done to the interior of the CR-V. Looks like the Civic, doesn't it? Looks like the HR-V. We get where they're going with this. I think that on the base trim, the 7-inch touchscreen is a little bit
It's really
small.
small.
It's nice to see that the RAV4 is now coming with a standard 8-inch touchscreen on their base model. Overall, the RAV4 is very practical. I mean, somewhat of an industrial looking interior.
It's not really a fair fight when you look at the interiors because the CR-V is definitely brand new. They've made it very functional with nice materials, but it also looks really good. And the industrial look of the RAV4 is kind of leaving something to be desired. However, the improvements to the head unit, the wireless Android and Apple is definitely welcome, and kudos to Toyota for including that. We haven't talked about the price yet, Andrea, because
we will.
Oh yeah, we're going to talk about the prices, which is why I'm mentioning it, because I want you to watch when we get into the vital stats about the price, and then we're going to talk about it after. And then the real tying factor for many people will be the price, and it's a bit of a shocking number for one of these vehicles.
Yeah, you're going to pay more and you're going to get less with the CR-V.
What? Oh, you just spoiled it, Andrea. You pay more and you get less for the CR-V.
Well, I think you can already see from us doing the interior and talking about the features that the RAV4 gets, including a 360 camera, that the CR-V doesn't. Now, that may not be important to everybody, but to some, that can be a deal breaker.
The CR-V has grown and is longer than the RAV4. They have about the same front row legroom, but the CR-V gets an extra 3.2 inches of rear legroom. Cargo space behind the second row is also bigger with the Honda. You get an extra 1.7 cubic feet, which isn't a ton, or 48.1 liters. Overall cargo space is tough to beat with the CR-V. You get an extra 6.7 cubic feet, or 190 liters.
Let's start with the CR-V and let's start with pricing. We'll do Canada first and then move on to the US. The first all-wheel drive model starts at just over $37,500 and the top trim is just over $43,000 in Canada. In the US, that all-wheel drive model starts at just over $32,500 and the top EXL all-wheel drive model is just over $35,000 in the US. Here's the fuel economy. The CR-V gets 9.1 liters per 100 kilometers in the city, 7.6 on the highway. That's 27 miles per gallon city, 32 miles per gallon highway. The CR-V can tow up to 1,500 pounds.
Here's the pricing for the RAV4. In Canada, it now comes standard with all-wheel drive and starts at just over $32,000. The most expensive limited version is just under $44,000. In the United States, the base all-wheel drive is just under $29,000. And the top limited trim is just under $36,000. Fuel economy is rated at 8.8 liters per 100 kilometers city, 7.1 on the highway. That's 27 miles per gallon city, 33 miles per gallon highway. The RAV4 can tow 1,500 pounds, but the trail or adventure trims can tow 3,500 pounds. Both Toyota and Honda offer a warranty of 3 years, 60,000 kilometers, or 36,000 miles.
So you might have noticed that that base all-wheel drive CR-V model in Canada is extremely high. Not so much in the US. You will pay a premium for a Honda in the US, but not like you're going to pay in Canada.
So just to lay this out for you, the CR-V all-wheel drive is now just over $37,500.
Yeah.
$37,500. That's the base all-wheel drive. you can get the Toyota RAV4 XLE with the premium package for maybe $200-300 more.
Think about that.
Andrea, okay, we're not really covering hybrids so much in this one, but break it down when it gets to hybrids. So for $37,500 Canadian, what can you buy at the RAV4 hybrid?
Okay, someone asked me this morning. They said, Andrea, what would you choose between the Toyota RAV4 and the Honda CR-V? This is what I would choose. The Toyota RAV4 Hybrid XLE model, which is $40 less money than that base model CR-V all-wheel drive in Canada.
And it gets more features, right?
Well, this is what I get. Power driver's seat, a moonroof, a power tailgate, a larger touchscreen, wireless Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. Most of these features, except for the larger screen, are on the CR-V Sport model in Canada, which is well over $41,000 Canadian.
So I'm getting a more fuel-efficient RAV4 hybrid with more features for about the same price.
Yeah.
I don't know.
For less, $40 less.
$40 less. Well, roughly the same price.
Yeah.
But I don't get that. I don't understand what they're up to. Now, in the States, it's different. You get two different hybrid models. We only get one for the CR-V, and they have, you know, more comparable pricing. But I don't know what they're trying to achieve here. Like we did another video recently where we talked about how, actually the main review we did of the CR-V, we'll put the link up here. It's anywhere from $4,000 to $7,000 more than all of its competitors. I'll say that again. It's $4,000 to $7,000 more than all of its competitors.
Just to put it in perspective, the CR-V base model all-wheel drive versus the RAV4 base model all-wheel drive, there's over a $5,400 difference in Canada. Obviously, the RAV4 is less money. And in the US, there's over a $3,600 difference as well for that base model.
Well, we are living in inflationary times, but that's a huge difference.
And then even things like with the RAV4, I know people complain about the JBL sound system not being very good, but at least you get it on the top trim of the RAV4. The CR-V, you have to move up to the hybrid, the top hybrid trim to get the Bose sound system. So you're missing a lot of features. What I think Honda has done well with this model, like I said, exterior and interior I like, but also the way it handles.
It drives really well.
It does drive really well, but you're going to pay a premium for that.
I've got a theory on this, Andrea. I think we're Gen Xers and older, maybe have a little bit more money to spend. They'll just go to the Honda dealer and go, give me the top touring and drive it away, and they'll be happy. And they won't really even look at anything else because they don't care, and they're just going to get another CR-V. But I think Gen X and younger, so millennials and younger, who are actually out there buying maybe their first family SUV, they're going to cross shop like crazy, and they don't have the brand allegiance like our generation and older does about Honda and Toyota.
And there are some loyal Honda buyers. They love Hondas. They never thought that they would change, and they are now, because they just don't see the value in the CR-V, so they're looking at other things like the Sportage, the RAV4. Honda needs to come out with more affordable options for people. We're living in a time where everything is just so expensive right now. Interest rates are high. You go to the grocery store, everything is really expensive. And I think when it comes to a car, we want something more affordable. So I think if they reduce that base all-wheel drive model, that would be great. And then, like we said already, add another hybrid option that's more affordable for people.
Pound away on the keyboard. What do you guys think of all that? You know, the RAV4 isn't the most exciting vehicle on the road, but boy, they deliver the mail every day when it comes to value. And they just do a great job with that. So kudos to Toyota for staying the line with the pricing.
For sure.
All right, what else do they have to do?
Well, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You'll be notified when all of our reviews drop. We put out a lot of unique content each week. And follow along on Instagram at Motormouth_Andrea. Put a sneak peek of what we're doing on the channel, what cars we're reviewing, and when all those videos drop.
And when will we see them next?
We see you next week.